This is Fantasy Football Till Death.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the FFtilD Podcast. We're entered into week 4 now. Sam, last week was a little bit more of the same as the previous, but for some reason, guys, I know you can't sense it physically. He's got a good aura about him. So if you've reached out asking how Sam is doing, I can tell you this firsthand experience. The man seems to be doing a lot better than I would expect.
We're just having fun. Fantasy's fun, and it's just for fun.
It's just for fun.
So
we do a lot of things for fun. Hey, I said it last week, I am absolutely enthralled by this fantasy series.
That's one of the reasons I'm having so much fun, because I get to do that every week and make it whatever I want it to be.
You
I have
control the
control.
outcome to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, I have control.
Because you don't have total control over the fantasy plot, which dictates a little bit of what happens in the story.
That's true. But I do have control over how my characters respond to the situations. And so it's teaching me something about that in real life.
I love it. I've enjoyed every second of it. And I guess moment of silence for Jay Didion. We pour one out for him. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, he's not on your team anymore.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Stay tuned, guys. As we said, week 3 is in the books. It was another up and down week. So far this season, it has been a lot of boom or bust. Scores on average, I feel like, have been coming down, especially off the heels of last year, which seemed to be somewhat elevated. A lot of wins over the first 3 weeks that have been not even in the hundreds, not even in the high 90s. What are your thoughts on the first 3 weeks of the season, Sam?
Fantasy football, for me, I feel like is a game of patterns, and it's been hard to discern patterns early on. Like you said, I think the last 2 weeks, half the teams have not broken 100. We have, and me firsthand, have seen a few high scoring affairs. Mm-hmm. So the scoring is still there. It's just not showing up, I think, where we most expect it. So a muddled start to the season. Injuries, teams overperforming, some underperforming, players. It seems weird. And here we are 3 weeks in, and I still look at teams when I'm thinking about cooking up trades or whatever. And for the most part, I can squint and look at just about every team almost and be like, could see this being a good team, or I could see this being a bad team. So strange.
So the only thing that's been consistent is the inconsistent nature of this season so far.
That's a really eloquent way to put it.
Well, I just mirrored what you just said, and it was very well done by you.
Oh, I said that.
So kudos. You said that in more or less words.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Good job, Sam. So we have, starting from set and forget and going down, Jason moves to 3-0 off the heels of a very close, hard, low-scoring game against Griffin Springfield. 90-85. That one went down to the wire. Goff needed 19 on the road in Baltimore. The Lions managed to rack up almost 40 points and almost 500 yards. And somehow Goff didn't get it done. Tough one for Griffin Springfield, who goes to 0-3 all division games. Trip, hang in there. I know, speaking to him as well, he's, feels pretty good about his team. And he's just going to keep chipping away, hoping for that positive regression to swing his way. Other game in the division, you had Graham, the meat-coated Skele. And I want to get this out here. One of my highlights from the draft weekend was hearing Griffin Hunter at some point in the draft just saying meat-coated Skele. So on Sunday, when we have our Spartan race, Hunter, I'm asking you, please, can you just at some point say, not a meat-coated Skele? Because it was so good. I play it in my head all the time. I don't. You probably wouldn't have remembered that, but
I do remember it. No, it was hilarious. It was like everything had kind of gone quiet for some reason. Everyone was kind of focused, and I just heard Hunter off to my right. Not a meat-coated Skele.
Meat-coated Skele. Anyways, that meat-coated Skele took on the Lucanine, all 6'8" of them, and fell 94-125. Luke has a Monday night explosion with his new knight, David Montgomery. Luke goes to 2-1, drops the commish to 1-2. That division looks like it's completely up in the air. Obviously, we have a 3-0 and an 0-3, but I think that the teams are all very tightly contested. Down to singing the Bonnie Blues. We had Sam Singer going up against the Golden Age, formerly known as Ben's Circus. Tough one for you as the circus really turned golden.
I got to get my guys to play defense. I don't know what else to say. Look, the offense has improved for me week over week. I'm happy about that. But yeah,
that is true. You're seeing about a 15 to 20 point increase every week.
Week over week, yeah. I think I would have beat 50% of the teams last week, so maybe hang my hat on that. Took the L, highest points of the week. Congratulations, Ben. I did tell Ben before the matchup, I said, you're guaranteed at least 120, buddy. That's just how it goes when you play my team. And he delivered. Well, the circus delivered.
Hey, you got plenty of time to turn it around. Tough one there. Mr. Ben. And this is what I said in the beginning. My prediction for Ben is he's going to get stronger as the season goes on. If you're playing him, hopefully you get him early when pieces haven't really come to life fully. He escapes last week with the win that I think really might be a season-defining win for him, because based on his team dynamic, any early win is going to be double for him compared to anyone else. Snakes it, and then, the team evolves a little more this week. Post the high score, and now he's 2-1. And I know that, he was really nervous about the team week or two in, and now it's really looking to round into form there. So it goes to 2-1 for Ben, 0-3 for you. I had the Titan Reaper, Mr. Evan Simmons, whose team is looking very scary, especially if Hampton really comes and becomes the guy that we all think he can be. 124, 112 over Evan. Evan goes to 1-2, and I'm lucky enough to move to 3-0 there in the division. Lastly, almost ringless. Man, a little bit of a house of cards situation here unfolding. Hopefully it can be put to a stop as we move forward. But Casey and Griffin so far hit pretty hard. We had the outlier playing Griffin Hunter in an absolute barn burner, a game that featured 3 or 4 preemptive GGs, premature.
GGs, yeah.
What'd you call it?
The
premature?
reverse jinx GG.
The reverse jinx GG. Ultimately, the reverse jinx did not work for the original GG, Brendan Hurley, and Griffin Hunter gets his first win of the season, 91-89 win, decided on Monday night over the formerly first place outlier. What are your thoughts on the early GG?
I sent you one last week. For me, it's like just a coping mechanism. There's a little bit of reverse jinx in there for sure, but it's like, man, you're watching that morning window. You're like, basically all my dudes are playing down by 40.
It's just a way to move on.
Yeah,
early.
It's like, it's over. Let me just, if I say GG now, I can at least process, get this out of my mind, and at least lie to myself that I'm not going to sit here and stare at the TV for some miracle 3 touchdowns second half.
Do you think there's any sort of mystical karmic force that exists if you send the early GG?
Sure. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's fighting against you, right? You would think.
If you send the GG early, that you're setting yourself up
for some karmic punishment.
No, if anything, I'd see it the other way.
Oh, so you think there is some validity to the reverse?
Yeah, if you make the effort to let it go, the universe gives you what you need once you let it go. So,
all right, you heard it here first. The reverse jinx, and you are the master of the reverse jinx.
Master, not quite the master. Like I said before, purveyor. Slanging reverse jinxes left and right. Quality of such, I'm just not sure.
Last game in that division to finish up the divisional matchups for the first 3 weeks of the season. No pride, no data. The Gary Lopsis dual mind takes out Casey's $1,500 team. Tough one for Casey. He is losing comrades left and right.
Tough.
And did we call it Team Glass in the beginning of the year?
We didn't call it Team Glass, not this year. I mean, traditionally it is Team Glass, but it didn't look like he drafted a Glass team this year.
He's had a couple of these situations now.
Yeah. He traded for some glass dudes. I mean, James Conner is a team glass candidate for sure. And Joe Burrow is a team glass quarterback. So
either way, tough one for Casey. He falls 120 to 68 to no pride, no data. Kendall moving to 2-1, looking strong there. So week 3 in the books. We've all played our division mates one time. Sam, anyone in your division personally, do you think has making a claim early?
Well, obviously you are 3-0.
That was a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question.
Yeah.
What about almost ringless? Anyone in that division you feel like has sort of established themselves as a front runner?
Well, you got to say Ken and Brendan for sure, the top dogs in that division. Unfortunate what's happened with both Hunter and Casey dealing with injuries. Ken and B have very different teams, but both looking highly competitive. And B's team, should CMC stay healthy, it's only going to get better. It gets Rashi back, gets Addison back soon.
Yeah.
So
should be nice.
So yeah. Good job,
I think
boys.
So obviously, Hunter and Casey have some stuff to figure out. The team, it's not looking great right at this moment. But I think our division, and set it and forget it, I think it's really, really even across the board. Maybe the records don't dictate it, but I mean, I'm looking at our division and I think everyone's trajectory is pointed up still. I
agree.
Whether that's just, fortune with injuries and the current team comp, but I see everyone's trajectory pointing straight up. Evan, 2 losses in a row, you starting 0-3. Regardless of that, I really think everyone in this division is improving week over week. And then set and forget it. This is a division full of guys that have been, Graham and Tripp been mixing it up. Luke and Jay have drafted teams that have, given them winning records to start here. And I don't really see one particular team head and shoulders above the rest in that division either.
100% agree. 100% agree. And the team comps are kind of different and ranging, but a lot of things to get excited about on anyone's team in that division.
So I think a lot changed after week 3. And I think some teams were hit worse than others. Injuries really, I think, are starting to, rear their heads a little bit. We can't go past week 3 without mentioning CD Lamb. Looks like high ankle sprain, probably out 3 to 4 weeks there. Really, really, really tough break for Griffin. I mean, that's one of a few guys where, at the moment really couldn't afford to get hurt based on his draft. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, you mentioned James Conner goes out for the year. Casey recently traded for Conner and Zay and shipped off Kyron to get him and sort of solidify that starting lineup. Going to be interesting to see what Casey does moving forward there. Who else are we missing injury-wise this week? Any other big injuries? Any other big injuries of note?
Well, Casey, maybe not the biggest injury, but lost Tyrone Tracy. So whatever value he could salvage from his other starting running back, it looks like he'll be out a couple weeks. And then, just some lingering stuff. Nothing else huge.
I mean, those two big injuries.
Those
are
the big ones.
So Cam Scatterbo to the moon, right?
Scatman. He's sick.
And that's a fun one to have.
He's sick, man.
That's not only a good player to have in your lineup, but just like a really fun player to have on your team.
Just watching him play, not to get too sidetracked here, but playing the Chiefs, like he was just pumped. He's out there when he's not touching the ball. Like, I don't know if you watched the game, but just throwing blocks at D linemen, like blindsiding him. He injured one of the dudes. Like, dude is just out there looking to run through walls.
So how sustainable is that play style, do you think?
That's
you think
exactly
he's got
what
about
I was thinking when I was watching.
2 or 3 good weeks in him?
Before he gets hurt?
Yeah, before he's on that.
I hope that his coaches are like, hey, Cam, look, we love the enthusiasm, buddy. Big rookie out here with the big boys. But hey, you are not made of concrete. These boys are big. If you throw your head into things, someday you'll get hurt. I
mean, that's kind of his thing, though, right? Like, he has to do that to be who he is.
He's a dog.
Is there a toned down version of it where he's still just as effective?
Yeah, I don't know that like at the end of every 12-yard catch and run, he has to lower his head and try to headbutt the defender in front of him. I think like he could just step out of bounds and preserve it. Like the extra half a yard he gains by putting his neck in jeopardy is probably maybe the coaches are.
Can we get a fact check here? Griffin Hunter, is this how he was at the Sun Devil Academy? I mean, was
back at the Sun Devil Academy.
I think he was
I think he's always been a dog like this, honestly.
I hope he gets some sort of shine in the pieces.
Oh,
at some point.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, for sure.
Let's go. So injuries, huge. Also, just like I kind of a running list of underperformers across the board. By the way, I just thought of an injury, hamstring for Mike Evans. Looks like he'll be out for about 3 to 4 weeks. His annual hamstring. I saw that he's had a hamstring injury every single year in some capacity since 2019.
Yeah, that's just like clockwork for him. It's a bummer it happened so early this season, but hopefully the severity is not as bad and he can get back and get grooving.
He'll get it. So Egbuka to the moon. Perhaps Godwin comes back a little sooner than we might expect. But yeah, I think you mentioned the inconsistency, right? And a lot of that is born from people that should be performing at a certain level, failing to reach not even ceiling level, but even just standard expectations. Just level. So anyone stand out to you in particular? Guys that you're thinking, man, I can't believe that they've only produced at this level, or thank goodness I didn't draft them. Let me ask you this. Do you have any guys that are on your thank goodness I didn't draft them because I would have if I had the chance and I just didn't?
Brian Thomas Jr. is probably like at the top of that list. Okay. Just, I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah. Like the Jags are winning, but I don't know what's going on with him.
The whole offense.
The whole offense. Yeah. He's probably right at the top of my list. And then someone else, a little bit of a cheat here because I did draft him, but it's Chase Brown. The inefficiency, he's a stud. It's just that team's in shambles and toilet paper offensive line. So those are the two. What about you?
Well, I just want to touch on the Bengals real quick. Where do you go as a fantasy manager from here with the Bengals? Like all of those players, right? I mean, I know, there was the partial game and then just a 1 game sample size on the road against a good defense, but that was a scary enough performance for me personally to feel like, man, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you are with your record and stuff, but I wouldn't want to be sitting there for weeks trying to see how it played out personally.
It's tough. In the best case scenario, both those receivers take a hit. In the best case scenario.
Yeah. Well, that's inevitable, right?
What?
That's inevitable.
That's inevitable. Yeah. In the best case scenario, they take a hit, but we're not seeing the best case scenario. Right. I know that.
So what happens with Chase? So Chase goes from bona fide top 2 or 3 guy for sure, almost market in stone to, best case, what? Top 5 to 7, do you think? Or do you think his best case is still top
5 to
3?
7 end of season?
Yeah.
Chase Brown?
No. Sorry, Jamar Chase.
Oh, Jamar Chase. Yeah. Top 5 to 7, I think, is reasonable right now. He did perform a couple years ago when he was in a similar situation. I do think the team's way different now. Yeah. I think the team had Joe Mixon they could lean on a little bit more. Chase Brown's not really that guy. Doesn't have the size, the girth.
Jamar Chase or Puka Nacua?
Puka, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase or JSN?
JSN.
Okay.
Which is crazy, but it's JSN.
JSN?
I just feel so much more comfortable about JSN. Sam Darnold's proven he can support a top dog. The team actually looks pretty solid. I mean,
you don't got to sell me. You don't got to sell me. I'm just asking.
Check in in 1 week.
Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
That one's interesting. I think I got to go Chase. I got to go Chase just because JJ McCarthy will be back soon and he just doesn't look very good.
Jamar Chase or Devontae Adams?
That's interesting too. I think I lean Chase. there. Devontae's sick, but there's Stafford back situation. I don't know. I think Chase can return better value.
Okay. Jamar Chase or AJ Brown?
Jamar Chase.
For sure. Jamar Chase. Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to think. What's the lowest wide receiver
where does he
that
fall
you would trade?
Yeah, I mean Jamar Chase.
Even one 1v1.
It's interesting with Jamar Chase right now. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but like I wouldn't mind having him on my team. Like just see how this experiment plays out. Like the Bengals can't be as bad as they were against Minnesota. Like they have to come up from there.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, but to me, Jamar Chase is not worth the risk of investing heavy pieces in to try to make him my number 1 wide receiver right now.
All right. Last one for Jamar. Jamar Chase or Nico Collins?
Jamar Chase. I think I'm still on Jamar Chase.
Okay. Now let me mix it up. We're spending a lot of time on the Bengals here, but I'm having fun asking you these questions, okay? T. Higgins or Jacoby Myers?
Oh, boy. Ooh. I'm leaning Jacoby.
Okay.
Just because the floor, I think, is going to be better.
T. Higgins or Jalen Waddle?
I'm leaning Waddle because if Tyreek gets traded, there's just so much more upside there.
Okay. T. Higgins or Chris Olave?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins for
T.
sure?
Higgins. Yeah, the Saints are just... Spencer Rattler looks horrible.
All right, last one. T. Higgins or Deebo Samuel?
Debo.
Okay.
Debo with a healthy Jaden, I think, yeah, it's just going to be better.
All right. I like it. I'm doing my
you can
questions.
tell I'm out on, recency bias, right? But they looked so bad last weekend. And Minnesota's got a sick defense, but I think it's different this time around than last time. Jake Browning played well, but their team is just not as good this year as it was a couple years ago.
So Chase Brown, you previously you were pretty big on.
Yep.
And you shipped him off recently for Kenneth Walker.
Yes.
Who now... This is where fantasy is so fun, and it's literally day to day almost. Sometimes it's minute to minute. Walk me through this trade that you had with Graham, because I know there's some funny backstory on how that went back.
Just
and
the
forth.
process, how it played out.
Yeah.
Graham and I were going back and forth, and I can't remember all the details, but the important bits are I had inquired about Kenneth Walker. At first, I had offered Scatabo and Pearsall, I think. Obviously this is before Scatabo had his breakout game. Graham didn't want to do that. Understandable. I had forgot that he had Jennings on his team, so it really just didn't make sense for him.
That Scatabo Pearsall trade now would have.
Oh my gosh, I know. And then so I said, oh well, yeah. What about Jacoby? Does that move the needle? He was appreciative of the offer, but ultimately said no. Thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, man, I really want to get off Chase Brown.
Yeah.
I said, would Chase for Kenneth straight up? And Graham originally said no. And then I appreciated it. Hopefully I'm not divulging too much. I don't think it's that Graham would care too much, but Graham was like, man, fantasy is just a cruel beast, because literally last week I offered Kenneth Walker for, I won't name everyone, but for like a much worse running back basically. And I was told no. And now I'm going to turn down Chase Brown for Kenneth Walker. And I was like, yeah, fuck, that's crazy. And then I don't know, a few hours later, I can't remember if it was the next day or something, that he sent the trade over.
Kenneth Walker for Chase. So funny, because we had just finished recording and we did the patience or panic section. And you said patience for Chase Brown. And then I looked on my phone an hour later and he was off your team.
I was sitting in my car and I had just gotten home and I looked and it was, Meat Coated Skele has sent you a trade request. And it was
not a Meat Coated Skele.
It was Kenneth for Chase. And so I accepted it. And honestly, I think at the time it was like a really solid trade. I think that Kenneth obviously had come off a really good week, but on limited touches. And there's a question about how much role he'll play compared to Charbonnet. And I think I still think like
jury's still out.
It's only up from here for
jury's
Chase.
Still out.
Like,
Chase had his worst. Yeah. It was the worst possible situation.
And these are NFL teams.
Kenneth Walker had 2
players
1-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a very similar day to Chase Brown in terms of efficiency. It's just that he got 2 touches inside the one. So
moral of the story, day to day, things change like crazy, but we're on the Bengals train and now you're off of Chase. Tons of underperformers this year. Not just individual players, but we're talking fantasy teams at this point. And you know what happens to underperforming fantasy teams? They usually end up clocking in, checking in to our infamous mental health room.
Yeah.
And when you're in that room, there are, some red flags and some warnings that you're on what we call suicide watch.
The suicide watch list.
And last week we had Griffin Springfield and Griffin Hunter in the room.
Yep.
This week,
you want to lead us off?
We're going to keep Mr. Griffin Springfield in the room. Although I know from talking to him, he's got a lot better morale than I would expect. Still, I can't imagine that Monday night, the frustration there. Never easy, is it, Trip? Come on in, take a seat. Better days are ahead, but in the meantime, pour yourself a coffee. In fact, let me pour it for you. We've got some great pastries. I think Lopsis baked them up. Or maybe it was bagels. Yeah, fresh from Einstein's.
Yes.
And it's a safe space. Come in, like I said, you're doing your thing. This is going to turn around. We love you. We support you. But for this week, post week 3, Griffin Springfield is staying in the confines of our beloved room.
And I know he's pumped about his team. I think it just comes down to taking 2 losses that are like tough to swallow. One on a stat correction and another one on Jared Goff not scoring 19 points when his team puts up 38. So,
I mean, just extra bad when both of those games are like absolutely like defensively winnable games.
Yeah.
Right. Like Graham scores 95 in the week 1 win. And then last week, Jay scores 90 and wins. It's like, it's not even one of those situations where, you just get dumped on.
Get smoked.
It's like, man, my team underperformed to the point that I couldn't even pick up a cheap win. Those are
tough.
the worst ones for me.
Those ones are tough for sure.
Anyways, floor is yours. Welcome our next guest.
I have to welcome Casey Luna, unfortunately, just because it's dire situation, and to lose James Conner after losing Joe Burrow and what that does to your top dog in Jamar Chase. And then just insult to injury, losing Tyrone Tracy, who is not, any good.
Not good.
But he's not good. But he's a running back that you have to start every week. And for him to also go down the same week and to now be in the situation where you've got depleted goods in Jamar Chase, you've got one stud in Amon-Ra, and you have to somehow figure out how to navigate forward. You've got a really limited, Bo Nix, it's like you're going to be tied to that on a weekly basis and have some good weeks and some bad weeks, and you got to figure out how to put a team together now. And it is just not a fun place to be as a fantasy manager. I was there a little bit last year, so I understand. So real tough. Welcome into the room, Casey. Grab a seat. Just to be in this room with the draft that you had. I think this might be
Casey's first time in the room. I'm trying to remember. Last year, was he in it?
No,
welcome. Casey.
Maybe because Casey had a lot of injuries last year, but Casey, you can correct us if you've
been
here
win
before.
The division? Didn't he win his division?
I can't remember.
6-8, or
I think Ken won the division.
Oh, no, I forget.
I don't know.
Someone stat correct us.
Ken definitely
did
not win the division last year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, welcome,
Casey, if you've been here, you know where the coffee is, and if you don't, the coffee's
this is
right
his first time.
Yeah,
it's not sprint. Trip. Hey, go grab Casey. We're a family here. Make him feel at home. Last year, this year, tough go. But Casey, you're in safe hands. Sam, there's a good message today for him, right? They're going to be filled brimming to the top with optimism and hope.
Coffee is good and donuts taste good and life is good.
That is our week 3 suicide watch. This room can be very similar next week. It can be very different. It's a week to week game, like we say. So suicide watch, welcome. We'll see what happens next week. But Casey, this man here,
Casey's got to work some magic, man.
He is.
Wheel and deal. Not
only is he in the room here, but I'm calling him the corpse bride. He is the belle of the ball right now, I would assume, and a very, very, very active trading frenzied league is probably going bananas, hitting up Casey.
I imagine
the vultures are swirling. He is this beautiful corpse diamond waiting to be scooped up by these vultures. Who is not hitting up Casey, do you think? Offering him trades?
Honestly, I think that
hand on my chest, I am not reaching out to him at all about trades.
At all?
Me personally, nope.
I don't know that you have the pieces, but honestly, when you look at the situation,
right.
No offense. No, because you're wide receiver heavy and Casey's wide receiver heavy. Anyways, I think given the situation,
I'm fine. Running back, sorry.
That you should hit up Casey. No, I do. I think given the situation that Casey's in, unfortunately, I think most people in the league would be remiss not to at least present him their best offer.
Yeah.
Casey has to make a move. It's not a situation of like, oh, I'll sit back and see how Woody Marks develops. It's like Casey has to make a move, and so he will make a move with someone. I hope.
Yeah. Do you think he makes it this week, or do you think he rides it out one more?
Is he 1-2?
He's 1-2. So I mean, there's a chance you just wait, and maybe Jamar has a 30-point game, and you go, "Wow, I way overreacted."
Jamar is the Broncos, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously
Denver.
tough, but it's Jamar, right? Like,
I don't know. I could see Casey waiting it out. Although I do think that Casey's quickly in a position where if it doesn't go his way this weekend, what little leverage he has becomes even smaller.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people in the league that need Jamar Chase on their team. And I don't know if I'm Casey, are you willing to move Amon-Ra instead?
Well, Amon-Ra, I think, this is not just my opinion, but his most valuable piece at this point
is Amon-Ra. Yeah.
Is Amon-Ra.
That's what I mean. So are you willing, if you're Casey, to move Amon-Ra instead if it commands a higher return? But
wherever you can get the highest return between those two, he's got to do, right? Like Casey he's got no leverage in the situation in any way, shape, or form, right? Like if he's 3-0, he's got time to leverage.
Yeah.
But he's 1-2 and the prospects are looking somewhat dim. So at this point, I don't know if he's using the software, if he's not using the software, but one thing that the software I know for a fact won't take into account is the mentality of the team that he's potentially trading with, right? And if you don't have leverage, no amount of software is going to tell you that, hey, this team doesn't have to gut their entire team to trade for you, right? So I'm not saying take 75 cents on the dollar, 80 cents on the dollar, but if you are serious about making a move, that's something that you're going to have to think about. And it might not be reflected in a trade analyzer because
100%.
It doesn't take desperation into account at all.
100%. If I'm Casey, I'm trying to gain the most value in a trade by maybe taking a swing at some more speculative players with higher ceilings. He's 1-2, so he doesn't have as much time to let those pieces develop. But it's kind of what I did last year with you. You can get more pieces, which Casey needs, and hope that they develop and maybe anchor one solid person. I don't know.
What do you think's best case scenario at this point? Like, do you think he can fetch a 3-for-1?
I think Casey probably has the pieces to do a 2-for-3 or a 2-for-4. Okay. With like getting like 1 or 2 solid pieces. Like he's not going to be getting the best player in the trade. That's just
obviously.
Nor would that wouldn't be good for his team. Let's say hypothetically he can trade Jamar for an RB, like the RB1 or whatever. It's just it doesn't help his team at all. So solid pieces and some speculative pieces that hopefully over the next week or two, due to injury or whatever, develop into startable assets and then just like hope that waiver wire hits, hope that you can add some more pieces.
Yeah. Tough go for Casey. And we're going to go into a little, a trade segment. Let's make a deal here in a little bit. But the subject of trading, I feel like every time I'm looking down at my phone, I feel like there's a new trade going through.
It's been a lot of trades.
Has this been the most trades through 3 weeks in our season's history?
You'll have to let us know.
The Oracle of Data maybe can get back to us.
You have to let us know.
It feels like that for me, personally, because I feel like I've just been on the outside looking in a lot at the rest of the league going crazy. But it's hard to even keep up with. We're going to do our best here as we go through our trade tracker. But we had mentioned you and Graham let us off last week with the chase for Kenneth. Talked a little bit about that. We'll see how it plays out. Still young. Then we had this weekend shocker.
Yeah.
You and Mr.
A lot
Springfield
of chat about this trade. Well deserved. But I stand by it.
So Jaden and Jacoby for Tet. I think objectively, right? This seems pretty lopsided for Griffin Springfield.
Yep.
Unless, of course, you're just really gung-ho on Tet and his ability to produce pretty quickly as a either high-end wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1.
So I can give a little insight on this trade. When I made this trade, it's unclear the extent that Jaden's knee injury will A, keep him out, and B, affect his playing style.
Yeah.
I feel that Jacoby is sick, has a pretty solid floor, but I feel that he's playing at or near his ceiling. And I feel like Tet is currently returning similar value to Jacoby, but has a much higher ceiling. I do have conviction in him developing and turning into a top 15 guy.
Yeah. I mean, more or less the rationale is you just don't believe in Jaden's ceiling the rest of the season.
In Jaden's ceiling the rest of the season. Well, so I was 0-2 at the time. I need to raise the ceiling for my team immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had 2 or 3 weeks to figure out that Jaden was or wasn't going to be the elite quarterback that I drafted him to be.
Yeah.
And I feel the immediate potential return on Jaden's not playing for me in week 3. Who knows about week 4, right? So swapping Jacoby for Tet in the short run is at least a wash, and I get some of that ceiling. And
so I guess the question around the league would be, did you get stuck in a Griffin Springfield trade conversation and sort of get stuck there? Or did you consider packaging Jaden and Jacoby or Jaden and another receiver outside of the league to see if you could fetch more than getting Tet? Because I think that the question is, if the goal is to win the week that week and upgrade your chances that week, how much is the Jacoby for Tet week 3 interchange improve your chances? Was there potential to slot in someone else for more?
I woke up that morning,
and
I woke up thinking I'm gonna trade Jaden. I'm gonna do that. So I had been thinking about it.
Were you thinking about the story at all? Like, hey, I can't because he's the main character.
No, I was thinking. I mean, a little bit like, man, what am I going to do in the story? Yeah. So it was on my mind that I wanted to trade Jaden, and I felt I needed to upgrade the receiver situation. I was poking around the league, and just with Jaden having this knee situation and so little clarity on the knee situation, he's a rushing quarterback with a sprained knee, just doesn't sound great. Honestly, I just wasn't seeing. I should have gotten more for a Jaden and Jacoby package. That is objective. I wasn't
not
looking
to say
around
that
the
you
league.
could 100% get it.
That's exactly. Yeah, I was looking around the league and not seeing the opportunity to get more. So the next thing I had to do was figure out, okay, well, how can I trade for the highest potential? Yeah. And Spring actually texted me like 2 hours later about a trade, and we went back and forth on a few different things, and we ended on this. And I actually had to talk him into it. So it's salt to the wound. But yeah, no, it sucked to let go of Jaden. And I think I texted you. After the second I hit accept on that trade, I was like, I want Hannah to hold me and tell me everything's going to be okay. Because it's horrible, but
well, look at bright side is if you didn't make it, it wouldn't have made any difference last week.
No.
And so whatever the results were, I mean, I think Tet and Jacoby were basically washed. I think Jacoby minimally outscored him, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a wash. It doesn't matter. And this week you can reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? So, and
I do feel that the cascade of events that happened after that, like I honestly feel that my team is better right now than it was before I traded Jaden and Jacoby. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a ton of people that were looking for a quarterback. I guess maybe Graham, but probably there's not a receiver on Graham's team that you would have wanted. So makes sense. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. And we haven't seen Jaden play yet. So remains to be seen. Jury is out. We did have another trade right after that you just mentioned. You spoke to Brendan, and then you flipped Jerry Jeudy and B-Rob for Jameson, which I think
again just raised the ceiling on my team a little bit. Give me someone I can spot start, hopefully catch a big week. BR on my bench. The only value that BR has on my bench is if CMC gets injured or to trade Brendan.
Yeah,
that's it. And I found myself sooner than I would have liked in a position where I had to reach out to Brendan, but I think it works out, and I think it's a good trade for both of us.
I like it. I mean, I love it for you, especially for the win now. I mean, Judy's like unplayable. Like he's not even a guy that you would. I don't know. I don't want to talk down on Brendan's piece, but J-Mo's a guy that you're going to slot in there, especially the team that you have. And for Brendan, regardless if Judy plays or not, having that insurance policy with CMC, I think greater peace of mind having that than starting Jameson, who's pretty inconsistent. So
for sure.
Flurry of trades. I was at a wedding. I was like half drunk, just following along. That was pretty fun. You and Kendall with the trade of the year.
Trade of the year.
After that, a Purdy trade. What was it? The Chargers defense.
Chargers D and Harold Fannin for Brock Purdy and Jatavion Sanders, who I immediately dropped. Yeah.
How did that trade even like come to be? Because you wanted Purdy?
Yeah, I was looking for so going way back before I even traded Jaden, I woke up that morning. My plan was to go pick Purdy up off the waiver wire. And Ken had beat me to him by about 30 minutes. So, but the plan still unfolded. I still traded Jaden. And so then I had to figure out the quarterback situation. Brendan and I talked a little bit about Drake. Ken and I went back and forth on like 3 or 4 different iterations of a Purdy trade. And this is the one we ended up on.
Hey, whatever moves the needle.
Whatever moves the needle.
Purdy, I mean, Purdy will be good to have. Obviously, like
once he's back to
having
health.
Purdy and Tet, you probably would rather have Purdy and Tet than Jaden and Jacoby rest of the season, right?
Depending on what happens with Jaden's knee.
Depending
on what happens with Jaden's knee, But like I said, I feel better right now.
Right now.
Feel better
so
right
kind of have to have that. Yeah. We had a Graham and Springfield trade. We don't have it here, but I just thought of it. It was kind of a big one, right?
Oh, yeah. We missed that one.
Caleb Williams.
We broke that on the last podcast. That's why it's not on this list.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So that's old
Cortland
news.
Sutton for
that's right.
Yeah.
Old news. Sorry. There's been so many of them. It's hard to keep up. Recently, we had Kendall and Hunter. Kendall traded Kraft and Worthy for Warren, which interesting trade. I actually like it for both people.
I think it's solid for both. Yeah. Ken moves off Xavier, who has a ton of potential. The question is, what's the deal with the shoulder? Upgrades at tight end, but Hunter, gets potentially that Xavier Worthy piece, which is going to be really great for him, and not too much of a downgrade, with Kraft week to week. I don't think Kraft obviously capable of just being massive. So really do like this trade.
Little boomer bust.
I was trying to get Warren.
Boomer bust guys.
I was trying to get Kraft. So good job, boys.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I really like. Yeah, I like it for both. I've been so high on Warren. I think that was really cool to have, and I think Xavier Worthy is officially healthy. Whether he plays full amount of snaps or not, I just got the notification.
He'll have to usurp Tyquan Thornton as the wide receiver 1.
Chiefs wide receiver 1 still out there.
Still out there,
Go
guys.
get him, boys. Go get him. And then very recently, earlier today, Graham and Spring work another trade, and pretty decent one here. We got Kieran and Quorum for McBride and Ridley. Just a couple throw-ins there. The 2 major components, Kyron and McBride swapping. Man, big trade. We'll see how it plays out. Spring had running backs to spare, and now Graham has even more running backs to spare than he already did. So
Graham getting his stable ready for a potential postseason run. Spring's team is looking stout. If Jaden is healthy, slotting McBride in there. I forget who he had in at tight end, but obviously someone forgettable Joku. Yes, who was splitting time with Harold Fannin. Spring gets Ridley back. So throw that piece in, see if he can develop down there in Tennessee. Look, Spring's team is looking scary. The biggest question marks, I think we'll get to this maybe a little bit later, receiver situation, but Studley, rotation of running backs, locking up that premier quarterback and tight end situation. So 0-3, never looked better.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. These trades are always interesting to see, like, especially when you're flipping 2 pretty solid pieces. It's a coin flip at that point to see which. It's really about how you want your team comp to be, right? Yep. Graham feels comfortable with Kincaid in there, and that made McBride expendable. Sorry.
And super similar team compositions too between Spring and Graham. So interesting that they've 2 weeks in a row now worked out trades that I think they both feel their teams are better, and they still both have pretty similar team comps, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, Spring is kind of somewhat similar, I think, to mine now with the McDaniels, McBride.
Yeah, but that Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Ashton Genty trio.
Well, none of them are Devin Achan, so I don't want to.
That's true, Devin Achan, but he plays for the Dolphins.
Yeah, you can't start anyone on the Dolphins, which is completely unusable. But crazy go of trades. It's been like, I'm sure I could look at my phone and see another one pop up here, but I don't anticipate it slowing down, really. I think everyone's mind is in that mold. Graham, now with all those running backs, I can't imagine that he's done, right? He's got to be thinking about flipping the running backs that he has and trying to upgrade at wide receiver. But it's been fun to watch. And I think in the spirit of the trade bonanza, I thought it'd be fun to bring our own little segment in. Last year, we did sort of a dating parody of it, trying to figure out, and I think we random number generated it, or we did a wheel. It was a little bit convoluted. We acted as people. This time, I want to trim it down. I want to make it shorter. We've got 6 pairs of potential trading partners. This is going to be a new segment called Let's Make a Deal, presented by
Cupid or us. Meet Cupid.
Okay, Cupid. I think it's okcupid.com. Yeah. And so I want to start us off with a stopwatch. We're going 60 seconds on the clock. Sam's going to represent one manager. I'm going to represent another manager. We are going to have 60 seconds to try to make a deal, see if something makes sense. If there's a fit, there's a fit. If not, there's not a deal. All right.
Aren't trades the most fun part of fantasy football? The trade deadline is one of the most depressing days of the year.
Trades used to be so fun. Although I can say I had my first trade inquiry yesterday. I won't say who it's from.
Did it feel good? Did it get the juices flowing?
Yeah, it felt good. It did feel good. It didn't go. It was one text and then it dissolved, but it did. It felt good.
Just like every match I ever had on Tinder.
But I'm thinking maybe that was the floodgates. Maybe
it might be,
right?
You've got pieces.
I thought you said I didn't have pieces
for certain trades.
Oh, okay.
You can't go get Jamar. You can't get Jamar, dude.
It sucks.
Anytime you trade for Jamar, you win the championship. Remember that, Casey.
That's true.
Keep Jamar out of this guy's hands.
Let's start with Let's Make a Deal. I've got 60 seconds on the clock here. Sam, who are the first 2 managers that we're going to be representing?
Speaking of him, Casey and Graham.
You're
Graham. Casey, I'm Graham.
All right. I'm Casey. You're Graham.
I'll present the trade to you. Are we going to discuss this, or are we just going to come up with the trade and then we're going to move on?
No, we're going to discuss it.
Like, I'll present it to you and then, okay.
Yeah.
I'll present to you because Casey's the bell of the ball right now.
You present to me.
And then you'll counter.
You present to me.
Or you'll take the trade.
Exactly. We got 60 seconds. We're going to see what we can do in 60 seconds. All right. 60 seconds starts now.
Hey, Casey, looks like you really need a running back. I really need a wide receiver. And I am such a good guy that I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to offer you the stud muffin, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Sounds great on your team, right?
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
Yes. Hold on. Let me put it in here. Let me put it into this software. Okay, Saquon Barkley. Is it Saquon with a Q?
It's a CK.
CK. Okay, I can't find Q. Sorry. We have 30 seconds.
And Matthew Golden.
Okay.
For Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Woody Marks.
Deal. Yes.
Deal?
Yeah, but Graham, are you doing that? Are you serious about that?
Yeah, I'm serious about that.
Okay, so you're gonna give up on Saquon for Jamar?
Let's do a backup just in case Graham's not serious about that.
Okay.
Hey, Casey.
Hey.
Kyron Williams, Chase Brown, and Matthew Golden.
Kyron Williams, Chase Brown,
and Matthew Golden for Amon-Ra and Woody Marks.
No deal.
But dude, Chase Brown was a top 5 running back. Matthew Golden.
We're gonna extend this. We're gonna go 90 seconds because I'm liking the segment. We just need a little more time here. All right. Here's how I'm gonna counter this. All right. I'll trade you Jamar Chase for Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, and Michael Pittman.
I'll counter. No, I can't do that.
Okay.
But I can.
Why can't you do that?
Because it's just going to decimate my team too much, and I'm putting a lot of faith.
But you'll
in
still
Jamar
be starting Saquon and Chase.
Yeah, but Chase
and I have Jamar.
I know I just was hyping Chase up to you, but Chase hasn't been that solid.
Okay.
But I will counter Kyron and Chase and Pittman.
Chase, Kyron, and Pittman for Jamar?
For Jamar and Woody Marks.
Gulp. I can't do it. We're done.
Looks like we don't have a deal.
We're done.
No deal.
or down. I was getting nervous there. So I almost traded him.
Especially under the gun. It's like
I should. I don't want
you
Chase
should have taken
Brown.
that deal. I know Chase Brown.
You just need a body. But that's why if it was,
but it's only up for Chase Brown.
Kieran and Chuba.
But that's just too much risk for me, being the 2-time defending champ.
I don't know. I think, but it's tough. I don't really even like either of those a lot for Jamar necessarily, but Jamar might just not be the guy that Casey needs bodies. He needs 2 guys that can score. Kieran is good. Chuba is solid too. I guess just because the name value, they're just not that sexy. It's hard to pull the trigger there.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the closest thing is a package with Chuba and Kieran.
Chuba, Kieran, and a wide receiver for Chase. And I think you got to throw in Woody Marks.
Yeah.
Just because you're decimating all this stable of running backs that Graham's built up.
Yeah, well, that's why you have it.
To go get Chase.
Exactly. If you wanted that kind of guy.
I could see that.
All right. We somewhat did something there.
That was about 90 seconds, right?
It's okay. It's okay. All right. We'll go back to the drawing board. Who are our next guys?
Evan and you.
Me and Evan. Okay. So I'm
I'll
gonna be Evan.
You and you're Evan.
Okay. I like this.
And you
I'm gonna try to be super non-biased here.
Yeah, you present the trade.
I'm Tyne Reaper. Ev, I'm you here. So get some ideas. And I will. Who in this situation approaches who? I probably approach Evan, right?
Yeah, but for the sake of the game, it's your turn.
I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah,
so
Evan's
I'll
coming.
start.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Evan. You are me, Tyne Reaper. I took a tough loss, and now I'm trying to reap you. So let's see if you can help me reap you down the road.
Please don't reap me.
All right. On the clock. We start now. All right, T. Hey, good win, by the way.
What's up, man?
By the way, I'm
Thanks.
still waiting on that good win. I've got some solid pieces here.
Yeah.
I'd potentially like to mix it up, though.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
I'm willing to offer Drake London for Tyreek and Benson.
Tyreek and Benson for Drake. Well, E-man. London's obviously stud, but I'm just a little bit nervous about that offense right now. But that being said, I do think that there is something here.
Yeah.
So would you be willing to
tell me, does that feel like too much to you?
It feels like a little bit too much because I do think I can get a better piece with those 2 guys. So
okay.
Would you be willing to include one of your running backs in that deal?
Across them, just straight
can
up.
we work something out? Or maybe I throw in another piece, you throw in a running back.
Is you just not want Drake?
No, I'm interested in Drake. I just think that there's a little bit of risk with him right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Tyreek,
I don't think I can
Tyreek's
throw
proven that he's.
I don't think I can throw in another guy in that situation. I mean, you were looking for JK and Drake?
Well, no, I can add a piece too. I'm saying, are you open to moving one of your running backs?
Yeah. Yeah. Would you go Brees and Drake for Swift, Benson, and Tyreek?
Swift, Benson, and Tyreek for Brees and Drake. I think you might have something there.
Maybe something?
I think you might have something there.
Or would you prefer a wide receiver? What if we went Brees and Drake for Tyreek, Benson, and DK?
Wait, did you just switch the roles?
Drake? No, I'm Evan.
You're Evan.
Drake and Brees
Yeah, Drake and Brees.
for Tyreek, Benson, and DK.
Will you throw Keon Coleman in there?
No.
No?
No.
Tyreek,
Benson, and DK.
Benson, and
for
DK.
Brees and Drake.
For Brees and Drake. I have to sleep on it. It's not an immediate yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to stop there. But I feel like that's pretty close.
It's close.
What side are you on in that?
I think I would lean away from that.
Yeah. You think it's a toss-up?
You're
Benson?
getting
Do you
rid
think
of-
Benson versus Brees is a toss-up rest of the season?
I'd rather have Brees.
Okay. But by how big is the margin?
But the margin isn't quite as big as it was a week ago. Obviously,
Right.
It's I can see them being in the same range when we
Sure.
get to the end of the season. I would just be nervous about tanking my that's your shot. You're getting rid of all your depth. Brees better hit.
What if
Drake better turn it around.
So if you think Brees is marginally more valuable than Benson, what if we did a Benson plus receiver, like Benson and Waddle or something for Brees? Does that now swing too much on my side?
Yeah, Benson and Waddle is
Too much.
speculative. Yeah, Waddle's going to be sick if something happens to Tyreek, but
All right.
I'd rather hang on to Brees and London in that
happens.
situation. Yeah, I think
All right.
it's a coin flip.
All right. Cool. That was fun. I'm living vicariously through this segment for Trade Talk. It's just really fun. We should do it every week.
it twists my mind.
We should do this every week. But I think when you're thinking about trades, you kind of almost do this with everyone.
Oh, 100%.
You try to put yourself in the mindset of like the people on the other side and what they're
100%.
looking for. All right, you're going to lead us off this time. We're doing Brendan and Sam. Oh, wait, no. Hunter and Jason. Hunter and Jason. I'm Griff. You are Jason.
I'm Jason.
And you are leading us off.
All right. Hunter, it's been a rough start to the season for you. You've been hit by that injury bug.
I have.
So here's what I want to do. There's a lot of uncertainty about CD, but that's my boy. I love CD. I should have drafted him this year. I want CD. I'm going to cut straight to the chase.
Yep.
And I am willing to offer Alvin Kamara and Lad McConkey.
Alvin Kamara and Lad McConkey for CD Lamb. Yeah. I'll do it right now.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Deal.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
Let me ask you this. What are you going to do? How are you filling in those roster spots here? Are you just so confident because you're 3-0 that you can wear this 4 weeks without CD?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. No time.
Let me just throw it out there.
I'm throwing Quentin Johnston in there for Lad.
Okay. That's good.
And I'm starting CD in the flex. And I'm riding my belief in Jalen Warren and Jonathan Taylor.
So you're going to pop up Keyshawn Booty or...
Yeah, I'll have to work something
something.
out, come injury or waiver. But,
I like it. Makes you scary down the road.
Bishaw's
I like that, though. I think that's...
solid.
I don't know if Jay needs to do it, but I think that definitely... I think that works for Griffin if they were to do that.
Super solid for Griffin. Griffin gets some... Yeah,
I don't think
start
Jay would
now.
do that, though.
What?
Yeah, Jay wouldn't do that, right?
No, Jay wouldn't do that. No. I think...
What if it was Jefferson?
I still don't think Jay would do that, to be honest.
Lad and Alvin for JJ?
Lav and Alvin for JJ. Jay, you can tell us, but I don't think he would do it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think there's something there, though, between
do
the
too.
two of them. Like if a 2-for-1 potential with either CD. I don't know if CD fetches 2-for-1 with a
high
4-week injury. Like it's not like we're, it's not like someone's 7-1 and just
is it a 4-week?
I think it's a 3 to 4 week is what they
okay.
said.
I was thinking
maybe he comes back sooner, but that's
Okay.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's probably we should have probably said JJ instead. I don't think Jay does it either way, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's some potential. That BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. and T. Higgins for JJ.
All of them?
I don't know. Yeah, that's tough.
All of them?
That's tough. Well, there's something there. I think there's definitely something there. Maybe they talk. That seems like a really unlikely trade duo.
It does.
Who do you think give me your top 3 most unlikely trade partners? This is as an aside. I'm asking you this.
Brennan and Jay.
Brennan and Jay.
Number
okay.
1. Brennan and Jay.
Just oil and water? you
Oil
think?
and water.
Okay.
Brennan and Jay, number 1.
Prove us wrong, Jay and Brendan.
Yeah. Hunter and Jay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take Jay out of the equation.
Okay. It's okay.
Non-Jay related.
So are we taking Brennan and Jay out of the equation?
No, Brendan can be in it.
Okay. Brennan and Jay. Casey and Hunter.
Okay. Why is that?
I just the way that the trade conversations would go down, I just can't picture it. It's not an indictment on either of them. It's
Right.
just
Yeah, that would be weird to see.
And I don't know. Honestly, I think it's tough for me to name maybe Evan and Ben, but just because I don't know that.
Me and Kendall?
No, you guys already made a trade. So
that's true.
That did pop in my head, but it's like, but then you guys already made one of the most impactful trades of the season. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. It's fun to think about. I love seeing the random. I feel like there's a lot of the returning characters when it comes to these trades being thrown around, but
for sure.
Interesting question. All right. So that was Hunter and Jay. Last three here. We'll start with you and Kendall. I'm going to play you, obviously, and you will play Kendall.
So you're initiating the trade, the old trade-ola.
So I am going to initiate the trade. Let's see. I'm going after Kendall. Going after Mr. Cook. Where's Mr. Cook here? I need to pop open his roster. No pride, no data. All right, Sam. You ready?
Let's do this.
Sam.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
Do you want to trade?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're me. Just so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am you.
Yeah.
You don't want to play you?
No. I want to be Ken.
I know. I'm just kidding. All right. I'm you. All right. And Kendall, he's got some pieces here. So if I'm you, I probably want to target one of these wideouts. Maybe Adams or Keenan. But what do you have to offer, Sam? What do you have to offer? Let me bring up the Shadow Brigade. Wow. I just don't think you're trading Gibbs. I'm not trading Gibbs. So maybe Walker? Maybe we trade Walker? Can I interest you in Scatabo for Keenan?
Scatabo for Keenan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You'll do that, Scatabo for Keenan?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me pause here. Let me see if I can get some more out of you. How about that? Can I interest you in Walker and JMO for Adams and Keenan?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Not going to do that?
Not going to do that. No. Keenan's my rock. It's my first love.
Okay. What about Debo and Keenan for JMO and Scatabo?
Debo and Keenan for JMO and Scatabo. I think I would do that.
You think so?
I think I would do that.
JMO and Scatabo?
Yeah, I'm going to need that running back help here in a week or two. Scatabo looks like the real deal.
Would you do that?
Would Sam
do that? Yeah. Would Sam do that?
No, Sam would never do that. No.
Sam wouldn't do that?
No. I already have McLaurin. I don't need Debo too.
How about Adams and Debo?
Adams and Debo for Scatabo and JMO. I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so because it's a depth thing.
Yeah,
it's a depth thing for me. It's like I only have 3 running backs on my roster.
So you would want, like, obviously you think he's trading Cook?
No, I think
would you trade Walker? Would you trade Walker and Pearsall for Mason?
For Jordan Mason?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. What if it was Mason and Keenan for Pearsall and Walker?
No.
Okay. So there's no way he trades Cook.
He only trades Cook if Gibbs is in that deal.
Right,
I think.
which he wouldn't.
For fun, should we cook up a Gibbs deal?
A Gibbs deal?
Yeah.
Okay. But you wouldn't trade Gibbs.
No, but just for fun because that's like the.
All right. Let's do. All right. So I would want Cook, Warren, and Keenan.
Cook, Warren, and Keenan for Gibbs. If I'm Ken, I think I would do that.
If you're Sam?
If I'm Sam, I don't think I would do that.
That's pretty close though, right?
It's close. If I'm Sam, hypothetically in this situation, I would want to figure out a way to turn Gibbs into Cook and Garrett Wilson or Adams, some package deal.
Okay. If I'm Kendall, let's go for it. What do you want? You want me to switch? You want me to put Wilson in instead of Keenan?
It would Gibbs for
So okay, how about I'll give you Cook. I'll give you Cook, Wilson, and Warren.
For Gibbs?
Yeah.
Sam would do that trade. I don't think Ken would do that trade.
You don't think so?
I don't think Ken would do that, no.
He's got Kittle that's going to come back and take the spot. And then he's just getting rid of Wilson.
And
he gets Gibbs?
Swapping, upgrading from Cook to Gibbs. I just don't think he would do it.
Really? You should send, if Sam would do that, you should send that and see what happens.
We'll see.
You wouldn't do that. You won't trade Gibbs.
We'll see. No, I can't get rid of it. Jamarius?
Yeah, I know. So why did you say that you would do that?
Because I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it, dude.
You're not trading Gibbs.
I would not trade Gibbs, but I would do it though.
You'd have fun looking at that trade offer and imagining.
I would do it.
You'd get excited to see it and you would like think and just be like in the endorphin rush of the trading zone and then ultimately not do it. That's what I'm gathering right here.
It really depends on the day, the time of day, what I've eaten that day.
Sam did tell me after he traded with Spring that I needed to take his phone away from him because he was trade drunk.
You just get locked in the zone sometimes and it's just like next trade. Just need to make a trade no matter what the trade is.
Delirium. I love it. All right. This segment is going way off the rails from what I envisioned.
These 1 minute trade talks.
Yeah, 1 minute trade talks going 5 minutes. That was fun though. All right. So we got 2 more. Let's get through these. We got Ben and Luke. You're going to approach me first. You're going to be Luke. I'm going to be Ben. All right. Ben and Luke. You're Luke. I'm Ben.
All right. Hey, Ben. How's it going? My name's Luke. I'm a professional basketball player for the country of Japan. My life is sick. Really cool. And I have just keep that all in mind because now I have a trade proposal for you.
Okay. Give me 72 hours to get back to you to acknowledge the
Will
fact
you
that
be sending your response via smoke signals?
Pigeon.
Pigeon as is tradition.
Yes.
Okay.
But give me 48 hours to respond to this text.
I feel bad. I was texting Ben. This is a tangent. I was texting Ben last weekend before I traded with Kendall and he was just taking so long. I was spamming him. I was like, Ben, I don't have the time. Just tell me yes or no. No hard feelings either way.
I text Ben at this point and it's like, whenever I get a response, I get a response.
Yeah,
just,
you got to be prepared.
No expectations.
Could be week 5, could be week 7. Hey, Ben, my name's Luke and I would like to offer you a deal. Derrick Henry and Rome Odunze for Bijan.
Whoa. Derrick Henry and Rome Odunze for Bijan. That's really interesting.
It is, isn't it?
That is really interesting. Rome Odunze. Wow. Okay.
This trade is a slam dunk if Rome stays hot, stays at the level he's been at.
Just keep that in mind. I actually really do. That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me. All right. How about we do this? How about you throw in Nico and Derrick Henry for Bijan? But I'll throw in on my side Egbuka.
Ooh.
So Bijan and
Nico's
Egbuka
my guy.
Henry,
you know Nico's my guy, right?
Yeah. That's what you've said. Yeah.
Nico.
Or was it Dom's guy?
No, Nico is my guy.
Okay.
Nico, like when he walks in the locker room and his schlong is dragging on the floor behind him. But that being said, you're coming after my top 2 guns, like my guys. So I'd like to make a deal. So if you would be willing to add either Quinshawn or Travion to that deal, I'll do it.
Wow. So I'm offering you Bijan Robinson right now. There's a deal on the table.
Yep.
Bijan and a rookie for Nico Collins on that horrible Texans offense and Derrick fumbling Henry.
You heard me.
And you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not adding to this deal, but I'm telling you right now, if you want Bijan, I will extend that trade and accept it if you send it to me. The one that I offered.
Egbuka, what was the trade?
And Bijan. Egbuka and Bijan.
Oh, Egbuka. I forgot about Egbuka.
Egbuka.
I thought, okay, let's rewind.
Egbuka
and Bijan for Henry and Nico. I just need one more piece. Egbuka is sick, but Godwin's coming back on. Mike's going to be back.
Yeah, but do you realize you're getting objectively the best piece in that trade?
I do.
So my second piece doesn't need to be.
But Nico has the biggest schlong of anyone in that trade.
Really? Over Henry?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why he's always messing up his hamstring.
His gait. He's got a tough gait to work out.
He's off center.
There's never been a physical therapist that's
can't figure it out. They've tried different slings. They've tried different contraptions.
Oh man, a miracle of science. Okay. I'm firm in that offer. Like Buka and Bijan for Henry and Nico. What do you think?
I'll counter one more time.
Okay.
Rome, Henry, Nico for Egbuka,
Oh my gosh.
AJ Brown, Bijan.
No, but I'll counter. We'll just mix it up here.
Okay.
We'll mix it up. How about I offer you AJ and Quinshawn for Nico?
Just because I'm Luke and I'm playing Luke in this transaction, no, I'm not going to take that deal.
Okay. What if it's Travion and AJ?
I'm still not going to take it.
Yeah, but do you know you're an Eagles fan? Have you factored that into it?
No, I didn't. I'd forgotten that I was an Eagles fan.
Remember
I'm a
who
Nico fan.
Remember who you
Remember
are.
who you are.
You're an Eagles fan.
AJ and Bijan. For Henry, Odunze, Nico.
Henry, Odunze, and Nico for Bijan and AJ. Henry, Odunze, and Nico. Okay, so that means I'm starting Henry, Egbuka, Nico, and Rome instead of the sparkling Darnell Mooney. That's interesting. I don't know about Ben. Mr. Thomas is really high on Rome. I don't know what Ben thinks. I'm guessing Ben probably says no to that.
Okay.
But I do think the AJ plus either Travion or Quinshawn for Nico.
There's
that's
something
interesting
there for sure.
because Luke is, needs some running back depth, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's something there.
I definitely think there's something there.
I think there's something there between them just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the trade prospects. That was really interesting. You hit me with Nico, Rome, and Henry for AJ Bijan.
Yeah.
That is curious.
Could go either way.
I don't think Ben trades Bijan right now, and he would probably be scared off of the Texans offense.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then he'd have the Lamar Henry stack. So
if AJ didn't have the game he just had, that trade's happening in a second.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that AJ game really ruined any prospects I had of getting AJ from Ben.
Yeah.
Not getting AJ from Ben, but discussing
trading for
AJ.
him. Yeah, let's just hope he keeps it up. I mean, if AJ goes back to his 2 catches for 14 yards next week.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be those games. Regardless,
Part of it.
Take the good with the bad. But boom or bust, that's kind of Ben's team. All right. That was fun. Last one. Let's finish this off.
Moving quick.
Last one. 60 seconds or less. We got this. Man, we are really fishing with these.
We are moving quick.
It's unrealistic to have trade discussions in 60 seconds. That was
like, it's torture to try to do that.
Yeah, I bit off more than I could chew there with that idea. So we'll finish off like we've been doing the rest of them here. But we got Brendan and Springfield. I'm not sure if these are ideal partners, but they're the last 2 names.
I think they could work something out.
So I'm Brendan and you're Springfield?
Yeah.
Okay. I like this. I'm Brendan
and you're coming to me.
I'm coming to you. I am the outlier and you are 6 the old-fashioned way. All right. Well, Jay Didion, he sounds interesting to me a little bit. You know who also sounds interesting to me is Josh Jacobs. Actually sounds the most interesting now is Mr. Trey. Trey sounds really nice, but I know that he's the apple of your eye. You just traded for him, so there's probably not a world where I get him from you. But how about we do this? Because everyone seems to want Thomas's godson, Bucky Irving. Why don't I put him on the trade block for you? Okay. I'm going to offer Bucky for Ashton And let's see. Ashton. Ooh. How about this? How about Ashton and Sutton for Bucky and Olave?
Ashton and Sutton for Bucky and Olave. You know, I like to think a little bit bigger than that. And I think that if we expand our
really
scope
big,
a little bit, maybe we'll see the puzzle pieces a little clearer.
Six the easy way.
And we'll be able to fit better. Okay. So how about this? I graciously give you, Jaden.
Well, that's nice of you.
Either Cortland or Jacoby.
Well, thank you.
Either one.
Generous.
And
so you want to give me Sam's trash right off the bat?
Yeah. And Ashton.
Ash,
got to catch them all. Josh Jacobs for Bucky, Neighbors, and one of your QBs.
Josh Jacobs. Sorry, dude, you just lost. Yeah, you lost me. That was big.
Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels.
Daniels.
And one of my wide receivers.
Okay.
For Neighbors, big question mark. Bucky and one of your quarterbacks.
No, I can't do that. Nah. Neighbors is too good. I mean, Daniels went for a Tet.
Is Neighbors good?
I think so. Yeah. I can't imagine a quarterback change is going to make him worse than 2 points.
I don't know. Might. Right. And he's injured.
Is it? Well, actually, you're right. He's going to get worse than 2 points.
He might. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you promise me he's going to be worse than 2 points,
I promise.
Okay. Well,
that's why I want him.
In that case. No.
Too big.
No.
Too big.
No, it's too big. Let's downsize a little bit. Can we downsize?
Let's downsize.
All right. How about Sutton and Javonte for Bucky?
Sutton and Javonte for Bucky. I think I'll do that.
You'll do it?
I think I'll do that.
Okay. I think that's interesting.
It's interesting.
Actually,
You having second thoughts?
Did I send you that offer?
Yeah, you sent me that offer.
All right. Well, let me think about it a little more. I just realized that Sutton sucks.
Yeah.
It just came to me.
I don't know, man. He had a 52-yard touchdown last week.
Broken coverage?
No.
What did he have total? Like 13
broken.
points?
Yeah, but Bo missed him by like 6 inches on another 50-yard touchdown.
6 inches is
six
quite
the hard
a lot
way.
of length.
The hard way.
Yeah. All right, there's maybe something there.
There's maybe something there. It's not the best of fit.
Yeah, not the best. I think Trey would be a guy he wanted, but I don't know if that's possible.
That's tough after he just arrived to town. I think that Ben and Luke have the most compelling fit of everyone that we just talked about.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah,
they're complementary pieces.
There's Casey and Graham. There's something there, I think, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I actually did think Hunter and Jason. I thought the partners that we put together, there was some pretty
kind of random
compatibility.
Yeah, there's something there for almost everyone. I feel like
you and Ken felt like a little bit of a stretch once we started digging in a little bit.
Yeah,
but if you did include Gibbs,
if Gibbs is on the table, it opens things up.
But you wouldn't trade Gibbs.
I might. I don't know. Just depends on the day. Do I have
the pieces
for Gibbs?
Yeah,
maybe. JSN. JSN for Gibbs straight up. Would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't do that, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I would.
You would if you were me, of course.
If I were you?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either.
I'm just kidding. Of course I would do it.
JSN and Waddle.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Why are we bashing Waddle so much?
No, he's all right.
He's had 15 and 12 his last 2 games.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I don't know. What can I say?
I'm seeing a lot of worse receivers in starting lineups than Waddle.
That's true. That's true.
So why is he getting bashed so much? Because he's on my team?
It's not right. Just because everyone's out on the Dolphins. Yeah. Everyone's out on the Dolphins.
Everyone?
That's what my sources are telling me.
What happens if you're starting 2 Cardinals and 2 Dolphins? Are you 0-3?
Yeah, you should probably be 0-3. Probably reconsider even being in the league.
Well, that was Let's Make a Deal, a very extended version of it. Definitely not
quick and to the point, just like we planned.
Definitely not the hard way. That
going
was
on hour 3 of the podcast, boys.
Where are we? Man, sometimes when you do the pod, it really feels like you're 2 or 3 hours in, and you look and it's like, oh, this is a normal amount of time.
Is that a good thing? Like, do the listeners feel like that as well?
I do wonder that sometimes.
Yeah,
I think when we do segments where there's like where we're thinking, and it feels like there's dead time.
Yeah.
That's might be a little rough.
Get to the point. Get to the point.
But I mean, unless we have everything planned out, like there's going to be some of that in some of these segments.
I think it's part of what makes us.
It is whatever. It is what it is. Hey, that was the Let's Make a Deal. Now we're going to quickly. Let me ask you this, Sam.
Actually, quickly.
When I say quickly, patiently panic. You want to do patience or panic?
Yeah, but actually quick.
Hitter.
Yes or no?
Let's make it absolute quick hitters. All right. So we're going to go back and forth.
Yep.
By the way, I just asked Sam. We're doing patience or panic. We're bringing it back. This is our second edition of it. We're going to start at the top, set it and forget it. I'm going to go with you first. You're going to go back to me. We're going to make this very quick, very easy. Okay. Poetic justice, patience or panic on your wide receiving core.
Got to be patient. They're studs. They'll develop.
All right.
The Lukening. Patience or panic on your running back depth.
I'm panicked.
Panicked.
Panicked. Just kidding. I'm actually really patient on it.
Patiently panicking.
I'm patiently panicking. Yeah. After David Montgomery just had 45.
You got to be patient.
I'm very patient. Yeah. Meat-coated skele. Not a meat-coated skele. Graham, patience or panic on wanting to ship your running back depth?
Panic meaning I want to make a deal. I want to make something happen. Yeah, let's figure out this wide receiver situation. I sort of
inversed question because the easy question was patience or panic on the wide receiver room, but I think we asked that. So the interest for me is, do you immediately start hitting the phones to try to package those running backs?
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna say patient. Patient, give it one more week to see if Chase bounces back. Let's see if Michael Pittman can keep it up. Matthew Gold, patient.
So you're rolling out the lineup as is,
yeah,
and seeing if you can get more value from the running backs.
Yeah, I don't think it can get worse on that running back situation. So let's be a little patient. Let's see what happens.
Okay, I like it.
6 the hard way, patience or panic, wide receiver situation.
I think one more week. I'm patient. One more week. I know there's the regression thing, the touchdown regression thing, but at a certain point, if they suck, then you got to call a spade and mix it up again. So yeah, I'll go one more week and then I'm panicking.
All right, let's drop down in this division. I'll start.
Okay.
For your team, patience or panic, your Dolphins and Arizona Cardinals situation.
I'm patient. I'm patient, and until my team puts up an 80-point performance and it just sucks across the board, then
no reason to panic.
I'll start panicking.
No reason to panic.
I'll be patient. All right. Golden age. Ben, patience or panic on some of your non-top heavy pieces here. Let me go your wide receiver 3. Patience or panic?
Panic.
Okay.
Just feels bleh.
Okay. So you're looking to trade one of those running backs?
Yeah, feel like I've got the pieces now if I'm Ben with some of these running backs to get a pretty solid option there. Plug in for Darnell Mooney.
Perfect. All right.
Titan Reaper, patience or panic. Your Drake London situation.
I'm patient. Yeah, I'm patient. I feel pretty good about the team, and I think if you're looking on the outside looking in, there's probably some buy lows on my team, but I'll ride it out. I got some good guys, and I got Josh at the helm, so I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Heck yeah!
All right, Shadow Brigade, we're gonna run it back. Patience or panic? Wide receivers.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little panicked. Tet and Ricky not practicing Wednesday. Don't really have time to see what's going to happen with these boys.
I didn't even know. Is this Ricky thing new?
Ricky's new and Tet is new.
That's not fun. I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
I was asking about just their level of fully healthy skill.
Yeah.
Not panicked.
I'm patient on their fully healthy skill. I'm panicking on their injuries.
You got the KC's number 1 wide receiver in there. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Taekwon, bring me home.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to almost ringless. Heading down to the Brendan situation, and all of the sudden his wide receiver situation that carried him a little bit early. Patience or panic?
Yeah, I feel kind of panicked, honestly. Like I'd like to make a move. I'd like to improve it. I'm not we don't know what Addison looks like, but Jefferson doesn't even look good. So I don't know if you'd have much confidence in Addison.
Yep.
Olave's getting peppered with targets, but there's such a low floor in that offense. Judy, I think, is borderline, not a starter. And then Neighbors, you just need him to carry. So if there's a way to improve that room, I would do it for sure.
Alrighty.
All right. No pride, no data. No pride, no pride, no data. Patience or panic? It's tough. I don't see a lot of panic anywhere for Kendall. I guess patience or panic on long-term quarterback, maybe. Let's go long-term quarterback.
Yeah, got to be patient, obviously.
Yeah.
Went and traded for Daniel Jones because you believe in him, and it's been pretty solid so far, so let's be patient.
All right.
All right. Casey's $1,500 team, low-hanging fruit here. I'm gonna change it up. Obviously, the running back situation is what it is. Zay Flowers' ability to contribute given your current team composition. Patience or panic?
I'm patient regarding the current team comp for him, how he fits into it. Like I think that he still will contribute the way that, I expected him to contribute when I traded for him. Now, if he can fetch me something of value, then heck yeah, I'll trade him in a New York Minute. I don't know if that's necessarily the route that one might take. But, maybe he can look into just shipping Zay straight up for a running back. It doesn't have to be a sick running back, but just a guy you can throw in there. So something to consider, Casey. Maybe test the market on Zay for a running back.
There you go.
All right. And lastly, custom made. Griffin Hunter, patience or panic? I'm going to go. I think we talked running backs last week. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go patience or panic on Justin Jefferson.
I'm panicking. I think the ceiling's low. I'm trying to extract full value as much as I can out of that JJ name and try to fill out my team a little bit more here.
So you're panicked about the quarterback situation in Minnesota.
Yeah, obviously not panicked about Justin Jefferson being a baller, but am panicked about JJ McCarthy.
Getting the ball.
Yeah.
All right.
And Carson
I like
Wentz.
it. All right. That was somewhat quicker.
Yeah, we moved through that.
We moved through that. Maybe we can take a mental note on how to do it. How did we do it? We just
keep on trucking.
We didn't have a conversation going, an ongoing dialogue.
Yeah, we just went.
That was Patience or Panic. That was our week 3 edition. And we're going to wrap it up with our second rendition of Gambler's Alley. Last week, Sam
almost won.
I don't know if anyone was following along. Sam was basically a play away from winning. I had no idea until you told me today.
Play away. I had Brendan. Unfortunately, Brendan in a close game didn't pull it out, but almost our first hit of the season.
Brendan pulling out.
Brendan doesn't pull out.
That's I feel like he doesn't close doors, and that doesn't pull out, I guess.
Leave those opportunities open,
So we're going to roll into our week 4 matchups. As always, this is a 6-leg parlay. Got to get them all right. And if so, we're rolling that $100 into the following week. See if we can roll up a little bank. I think you went first last week. So I'm going to go first this week. And once again, actually, I'm not going to do it. He's going to get mad at me. So I'm not going to do it because he's going to think I'm going to jinx him. I'm going to go to your matchup, the Shadow Brigade and Poetic Justice. And I'm going to take Jay here. See if I can reverse jinx you. I'm going to see if I can reverse jinx you, Sam.
Jason's going to win, especially given what we just learned about all my sick receivers.
I wasn't going until I saw that your receivers are
not good. No bueno. Titan Reaper versus the meat-coated Skele. I love a lot of the matchups that Evan's got going into this. I think he's a little bit up and down. Should have gotten the win last week. I'm taking Evan.
Man, Josh Allen against New Orleans.
The older
Have
brother.
the Bills played a good defense this year so far?
No.
Played the Ravens week 1. They had the Jets week 2. The Dolphins week 3. And now the Saints at home. It's never
Pretty
fun when you're
smooth
going
sailing.
into a matchup and you see Josh Allen against the Dolphins or against the Saints. It's just terrifying.
It's terrifying. I think it's a get right game for Drake. I think smash spots for these running backs, this Omarion. Come up.
Could be the Golden game, the Matthew Golden game against Dallas, though.
Could be.
Caleb Williams against the Raiders. I bet Spring would say not so fast. Buffalo defense against the Saints. It's live.
It's live.
It's live.
Going Evan.
Evan's team is, especially with Hampton against the Giants too,
Looking solid.
looking pretty good. All right, I'm going to go Golden Age against Hunter, and I'm going to go ahead and take Ben. I feel like Ben's team is really rounding into form here. Got a couple young running backs that I feel like are in for some good workloads. So, yeah, I'll take the Golden Age. It's looking less bronze-like nowadays.
All right, Brendan versus Luke, and Luke's going to ride the hot hand. George Pickens slotting in. Hopefully Nico gets back and can play, but taking Luke.
You're taking Luke over Brendan?
I'm taking Luke over
Was that
Brendan.
something personal against Brendan as a man?
No, a lot of question marks.
Just
A lot of question marks.
all right.
Neighbors,
All right.
Olave.
Brendan, let's ride. All right, so I'm not going to pick my game,
Okay, yeah. move
which actually I kind of want to pick my game for the sake of the parlay here. But
on. You feel like you have a good shot.
but that is not the way. So I'm going to go down to 6 the hard way versus no pride, no data. Griffin, what do you want me to do here, man? I was going to take you for the, positive regression to start. And then I figured that you would think that I would be jinxing you. And so perhaps a reverse jinx. I'll take Ken here. I'll take Ken.
All right, let's go, Spring. Let's get our wins
That was
this
for
week,
you, Springfield.
Spring. Let's get our wins. All right, that leaves you and Casey as the last matchup. And this is one of those things that's just too easy.
So you got to go Casey.
So I'm going to go you. And I'm sorry
I
to
think you should
doom
go
you.
Casey, though, because you always get Casey's wrong.
Hey, look, something could happen between
Wait,
now
no,
and...
did you get you got Casey's right last week? But did you pick him or you picked against him and you got it right?
Let's check the notes really quick.
Yeah.
I picked against them and I got it right.
So maybe you're turning in a new Casey.
Maybe I'm turning a new leaf here, but a lot can happen between now and Sunday. A lot of I just sensed some deals on the horizon, so who knows?
So you should pick Casey then.
I'm gonna pick you.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna pick you,
Okay.
and let's see if I can win anything this year.
So what happens if you go 0-4? Is it the same mindset as you are right now at 0-3?
Yeah, it just
Just
has
like
to
you
be.
can't. You just gotta
try
control what you can control.
to find ways to have fun, focus on winning the weekly high payout. But man, it sucks.
I will say we've been having a good time talking about the story at large.
The story's
The writing.
fun. It's fun to write the story. It gives me something to be excited about. Excited to put out the next chapter this week. We will be introducing Ben Circus. Let's just say
Is it the circus? It's so
I'm
you
pumped
just
about
scrapped the Golden Age name.
it's the circus. It's the circus,
it.
and
love it.
I'm pumped about it. I think that hopefully Ben will be excited about it too.
You think you'll read it?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone reads it, to be honest. I know you and Spring do.
I think everyone. I think everyone read. Oh, I hope everyone reads it.
I don't know.
I hope everyone reads it. I think Ben didn't he text us like catching up on podcasts like
Yeah.
a week ago
Yeah.
or a few days
Just
ago
behind.
and was like hadn't really listened to any of them.
Yeah. So that's possible
The,
for sure.
the reading aspect sounds harder than the listening aspect, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Ben, please, if you are listening to this, drop a book emoji and maybe a pencil and let us know that you're reading Sam's literature because your team will be featured in it this week.
But also no pressure, buddy. No pressure.
No.
I'm not here to force it down anyone's throat, you know?
No. Consider this my version of forcing it down your throat. Not in a weird way, Ben, but read it, dude. It's good. It's good. And it's going to only become more expansive. I know we've been talking about it. It would be cool if, obviously under your jurisdiction, people contributed it on the side if they
100%.
wanted to. I think we could build this out. I don't think there's anything like more fun than seeing your team's like name or association in the story. So if we could build that out for everyone, that would be cool. And obviously no pressure. I know we were all super busy and doing this extra fantasy stuff is just more workload on top of it. But I really enjoy reading it and talking to you about it. Like it literally feels like we had a 45-minute conversation about it
About
before
the
we did
world
this
and
pod.
everything. Yeah.
It's of interest.
There's a lot of
so.
opportunity. If anyone wants to get involved, wants to write it, backstory on their team, their kingdom, anything else going on in the world, let's do it. My vision for this is like, it's cool for everyone to contribute and grow this world.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to incorporate whatever you want your team to be and background and history. I think, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up our week. What is it? Week 3? Week 3 in the books?
Week 3 in the books.
Moving on to week 4.
Horizon.
Those of you that have not had the start you wanted, wishing you the best of luck. Everyone crush it except for, I feel bad even saying this, but Casey, I hope you drop 60 this week. I hope it's even worse than last week.
Oh, boy.
So good luck, everyone.
Good luck to everyone except for you, Jay. And I know that T. Higgins
3-0.
will drop multiple touchdowns on me since I shat on him this morning in our conversation. So
there it is. Y'all have a great rest of your week. We'll catch you next time. And all love.
Peace.
HIV, gonorrhea, no joke. Ricky Martin, dildo, duct tape to his chest.